Hello and welcome. This is a Throne of Eldraine draft on Magic Online. For old time's sake here, this is a fun format. And I have my favorite uncommon, Turn into Pumpkin, versus a pretty good rare Lovestruck Beast. That is a tough pick. Strong pack overall. We've got a lot of good removal in Outmuscle, Bacon to Pie. Animating Fairy can hit hard. 7 Dwarves, if you have enough of them, is good. I think my record is 5, but yeah, getting up to 7 would be fun to see. Let's go for Lovestruck Beast here. Turn into Pumpkin is on the same level, but this thing definitely hits hard, and yeah, it's not awful. It's not awful. Then we can follow that up with Rampart Smasher. We have a lot worse blue option in this pack, so I'm happy to get past Rampart Smasher. Mono green is definitely open to us if we go in this direction. And the beasts are definitely a good tribe with Lovestruck Beast itself, or the non-human tribe, I guess. Look, it's humans and it's everyone else. That's how it is in real life. That's how it is on Magic Online. Because the beast, there are a lot of 1/1s in this tribe that can help out Lovestruck Beast. Oh boy. Good pack here. Enchanted Carriage is one I think I've underrated throughout the format, but I will continue passing it here. Grumgully, strong one. Merfolk Secret Keeper, really good. I'm going to grab Grumgully. This effect is definitely one reason to get out of mono green and go into a 2-color deck because it hits hard. It's a good creature on its own, but then making all of your other monsters into, you know, pretty much an anthem for them is solid. So I'll grab that here. And what's the next best pick? Probably not Secret Keeper in this start. And then Paladin is something, we just have a better version of it now. So I'll take Grumgully. And hopefully we don't get a pack like this, which is only black cards. Ayara, this deck seems to be open here. Yeah, well, Witch's Oven can be good if we get enough food synergy. I wouldn't mind getting a Return to Nature. I mean, I certainly want that effect. But is it worth just dropping a color here? Yeah, I think I'm going to grab Return to Nature, passing Ayara. I haven't actually done an Ayara deck yet, but this is a really bad start to go into that. So yeah, I'm going to take Return to Nature, and hopefully that was just a fluke and we can get back on track here. Kenrith's Transformation. I like this for a number of reasons. No red in this pack, so we might have to think about dropping a color. There are some 1-drops in green, and this can turn those into a little, turn them into much better creatures early on, and then you don't lose a card since it replaces itself. 2 Unveiled Treefolk, you often get these late. You don't need so many of them, but maybe a couple is good. I'll take the Transformation. Gingerbread Cabin. And still no black. There's a possibility we could take a white card, Trapped in the Tower, Shepherd of the Flock. If we are going in the mono green direction, Cabin gets a lot better. Reaper of Night is fine. Apparently white green is, or white black is just really open here. Not the strongest tribe, but I think I'm going to grab the Cabin. Okay, truly a pack where we have no choice but to take a white or black card. And that could be Bog Naughty here. Let's see. Arcanist Owl, it doesn't look like that's going to be the direction. Festive Funeral is a fine card to splash, but yeah, I think of all of these, Bog Naughty has the highest payoff. Prized Griffin is neat because that's a small investment into white. So, however, since we have a bit of this food theme, I might take Bog Naughty in case that works out better for us. Witch's Oven, that could continue with our bit of food theme here. I'm not going to take Halberd or Wolf's Quarry, even though Wolf's Quarry kind of helps the beast. Witch's Oven sets us up to be this black-green deck. Animating Fairy coming late, and Forever Young wheeling. So no one's trying the white-blue deck either. This is not as good if you can't get some things that work with it, but I will take Forever Young here. At least now we have our foot in the door in 2 colors, so if we have to abandon one of them, we'll have somewhat of a start. Flutterfox, Headhunter, could go Jund here, but Headhunter is not a great payoff. I'll take the Cottage. Prophet of the Peak. That is one, no matter what direction we go, it's playable. Lash of Thorns, I think at this point, mono white is out of the question, so Grange gets a lot worse. I'll take this. 2 interesting picks here. I guess let's go for the Tree Folk. But Festive Funeral is definitely one you'd play in, you know, one of at least in most black decks. So maybe we are in the right colors after all. Let's see who's in this mess with us. We've got Vesuvius, Heckin' Bamboozled, Rob himself, Lapalm, Ulfong, Giles of Trees, and Iculus. Anything good here? Not really. To see what we need, let's sort this by mana cost, and we can see, well, pretty evenly distributed. We could take Scalding Cauldron here, that's never an awful one, or Ginger Brute, or even this Enchanted Carriage that I never take. Could be good here. It also helps out the Lovestruck Beast somewhat, so maybe that's a thought. Let's take the Cauldron though. This helps deal with a lot of things, like some flyers we might have trouble with. Ooh, Reeve Soul. Lucky Clover. We missed our chance on a lot of potential combos with this, but it's not too late. I mean, certainly it works with Lovestruck Beast well enough to unveil Tree Folk and things. I could imagine taking the Clover and prioritizing the Reavers if we can get them. Deathless Knight is definitely another one I'm interested in, and it might be better than Lucky Clover this early. Yeah, let's grab the Deathless Knight. Tough pick there. Deathless Knight we know is going to be good. Lucky Clover is sort of a hedge, and even when it's good, it won't be that much better than Deathless Knight in this deck. Spectre Shriek for the sideboard. Green is being cut from both directions, at least that's what it looks like so far. Weapon Rack, Shriek. Maybe we just grab Malevolent Noble. If we have a few other permanents around, that's just going to help us out. A few extra food laying around. Embereth Shieldbreaker is one I'd be looking for, but not only aren't we that far into red, but the red-green deck would want less humans anyway. Still a good card there, but yeah, it's a consideration. Oh, okay, what next? The Magic Mirror. You lose the game for 9 mana. So by that point, maybe you have a way to win despite the Magic Mirror, but Hengewalker is a good one, and Tempting Witch. Both looking fine. I think we want Tempting Witch with the Witch's Oven. That certainly is a way to win eventually. And then another Carver, Lost Legion, Foreboding Fruit, and Wicked Guardian, which is fine. We might end up with enough black sources in the deck not to want the Smasher, in which case Guardian goes up a bit, but either way, the Foreboding Fruit looks good. Unfortunately, we missed a lot of stuff that could have worked in this deck. What about this Barrow, which is generally a good card, but you need a couple nights to make it better, and we only have one, which comes back easily by itself. So I am looking at Merfolk's Secret Keeper here over Insatiable Appetite. I know it's kind of late for this, but it works pretty well with Witch's Oven. Maybe I could take the Appetite. I'm not worried about getting enough playables, but I'm sort of worried about the quality of the deck. I really should take Appetite. It's not that bad in this deck. Golden Egg. Yeah, that's a solid one. I'll take it over Memory Theft. We're starting to get enough support cards that Memory Theft looks a bit worse. We've got Forever Young, Transformation, Foreboding Fruit, Appetite. We need some creatures besides all this stuff. Witch's Oven. So if we keep taking cards like Memory Theft, maybe that's not as strong. Not that this is a creature, but Golden Egg does replace itself at least. Oh, a Foil Prophet. Yeah, say no more. Take some of that. I don't know how many of those we'll play, but you never know. Fell the Pheasant. Looks like the pick here. Cauldron's Gift. Adamant. Put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. I see. So it always gets something back with a 1/1 counter, as long as you have something to get. I think I'm going to grab Fell the Pheasant for the sideboard. And here we have kind of a similar option. Well, Insatiable Appetite is here for a nice trick. We don't have any early creatures, so someone is really cutting the green early stuff. Maybe I could just take Crashing Drawbridge. It keeps us alive, and then when the turn we play the Prophets, we get to attack with them. Weapon Rack, no thank you. Don't love it. I guess we can always sacrifice it for the 5th counter, or 4th counter, or whatever that would be. True Love's Kiss, I'll just grab that. Vision, coming late. Tall as a Beanstalk, that's also not going to be good in this deck, so I'll take Prized Griffin. Coming super late. Come on. Last pack, let's open, like, I don't know, Vraska or something. What's in this set? Garruk. Or the 3rd Enchanted Carriage. We'll just get past these all day. Might be worth it at this point. Again, nothing insanely good in this pack. So we might just finally take one of these Enchanted Carriages and hope that's enough value here. Yeah, some packs are definitely weaker than others. Like, some packs have a bunch of premium removal spells, and some packs have nothing. Like that one. Bacon to Pie, Beanstalk Giant. Covetous Urge is good, but I think given that we have so many green sources, we want to take one of these. And I'm going to grab Beanstalk Giant. That helps us get up to these 6 drops. Bacon to Pie is really good, though. It's really efficient. It makes food. I always have a tough pick when this is on the line. If I played more of this format or had more takes from other people, I might know which is generally considered better. Bacon to Pie is just too good, I think. I'm going to grab it. Go with my gut. It's also kind of a unique effect that we need. Spyglass, Vandal is good. Festive Funeral. Even Paladin is looking a bit better, but I'm going to grab Funeral. Getting this removal is just going to be too important. Another Clover and Order of Midnight to help get something back, or just to help pressure our opponent early. That'll be good. We didn't get any of those Reavers, so Lucky Clover does not look as good, and I'll take this Order instead. Bacon to Pie number 2. That looks really good. Here's one of the Wildwood trackers I was hoping we'd get more of, but I can't take it over Bacon to Pie. There we go. All right, so we get one eventually. And we find a Cauldron Familiar. I love how it combos with Witch's Oven, not Scalding Cauldron, or any Cauldron for that matter. But yeah, that makes our deck way better. And Savvy Hunter. Nice. Did we cut these colors well enough? It looks like it. Curious Pair. Cauldron's Gift. If this could get back an artifact, that'd be really good. But I guess we take Curious Pair just in case the matchup calls for it. 3rd Prophet. It would actually improve our deck slightly to replace our foil one with a regular one, but we might even cut the first one, so whatever. I'm going to ignore the triple or the quadruple black card there, as I'll ignore this Rampart Smasher. It's basically a harder to cast Prophet of the Peak with no more upside. Not really. Spyglass Eye Collector, maybe. Eye Collector Skewer is a nice, cute combo. It's not game breaking, but it's decent. Let's see. With this, we need some cuts. First cut might be a Prophet of the Peak, and probably want one more cut. So where does that come from? That could come from Crashing Drawbridge. Wintermoor Commander, nice little uncommon for the collection. Familiar has to stay in. I think the Wildwood Tracker is a little underwhelming given how our deck is shaping up. Though, it does help out this Lovestruck Beast, and that's not nothing. I mean, so does the Cauldron Familiar and the Enchanted Carriage, so the Lovestruck Beast has reasonable support. Yeah, I think I'm starting to like this deck. On the chopping block, we have Lash of Thorns, but that's one of our only tricks. Crashing Drawbridge, which works well with Lash of Thorns. Keep all these guys. I think it's just these guys. Tracker. Probably want to keep Prophet. I'm not sure what's better between that and Enchanted Carriage. They're similar. One more mana. One less power and toughness, kind of. Enchanted Carriage is funny. It feels like more than a 4/4. Because really it is. Lots of good food. Transformation is not necessary, I think. Of all the cards here, it doesn't strike me as necessary. Maybe our opponent will have some big creature we need to take care of, but as it stands, let's go this way. So we've got 13/6. We don't have enough 1-drops to make it that good. 13/6. Start with a 10/7 mana base, and I'm pretty sure it's worth it to play like one of each of these. Maybe not the Gingerbread Cabin, but it's not too much of a downside to come into play tapped. That's right on the borderline. And I think if anything, my tendency now is to play these less often than I thought you'd want to at the beginning of the format. I thought the games would go longer. Some of them are better than others, depending on your deck. We don't have that many food synergies. I guess we have a couple, but tough one. It's pretty much like if you've drawn half your deck already, this can make a food, whereas if you draw it and can't play your 4-drop because of it, that's pretty bad. But the Witch's Cottage is usually going to at least have the option of coming in untapped, and it's not that bad to have to play one land tapped over the course of the game. So that's something worth remembering as well. Anyway, I'll start with this land out, as is my instinct these days. And there it is. Black-green food. And it turned out all right. We didn't get a giant, but we have 2 Bacon to Pies, so 3 pretty good removal spells, 1 good combo, the Witch's Oven, Cauldron Familiar combo, and some other good stuff. Persistent Deathless Knight, Savvy Hunter. Good stuff all around. See you in the matches. Round 1 versus La Palme on a 42-card deck. So I wonder if that means it's some kind of blue-red deck. This has to be a mulligan. We don't even have the 3 black to get started, but this looks a lot better. We can throw back... I think we can safely throw back Witch's Cottage, given what we have here. So I expect a blue land, yeah. Either it's a sloppily built deck, but I generally won't assume that until I've seen it, or it has a reason it expects to draw a ton of cards, or is hedging against mill. Yeah, blue-red as expected. And yeah, just start going from here. Hopefully we don't get Cauldron Familiar exiled before combat, because it's our only copy. And then we'll only get 1 damage in with the tracker. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're going to exile it before combat. Very good. Very good, sir. Well, at least we have all of this stuff left to do in our deck. Oh no. Oh no. If I knew this was coming up, I might as well play it. Pass it. Do we have a way of untapping the tracker? I guess we just want to make food out of it eventually, but we don't have to do that now. They could counter Scalding Cauldron, but that's probably not what they're going to do. And they don't have to do anything. That's kind of the trouble for us. One counterspell could win them this game if they just wait. That's about all we can do. If they counter Heart's Desire, it counters both halves, which is not good for us. In this case, let's just cast this half. It'd be hilarious if they countered this half of it and let us have our human. Okay, well, we've got a board. And the oven does protect us somewhat from what might happen here. Let's see, 5 damage to the beast, 3 to us. Let's sacrifice it to this, and we won't take as much damage. We get 2 foods for the trouble. Appetite is neat. The other thing we can do here, oh gosh, this is scary. They might be holding up more burn or bounce, in which case if we go to use the Tree Folk on the human, we lose a whole lot. So that's too risky. And I think we just don't do it here. Just pass it back. I'd be tempted to do it if we could hold up 2 mana for the appetite. Maybe they're just getting super flooded. Don't need this many food, but I guess it's fine. Okay, let's do it. If they bounce it, we lose. But if they burn it, we're going to have a much better time here. Yep, they're bouncing it. Looks like they're bouncing it. Yeah, it's just awful. I can't... I mean, what we could have done is just cast a 6/5. But they had the best card in the best uncommon in the set, in my estimation. So they 2-for-1'd us. They didn't 3-for-1 us, which is what it would have been if I wasn't able to sacrifice it. I guess I just wait here. We have infinite life. I want to, you know, I think we're preventing more damage by holding the cauldron back. Or maybe not. Maybe all they have is removal spells and bounce spells in their hand. Trebuchet. Yeah, that's one we have to deal with, I think. Savvy Hunter. Okay, good thing I saved all these foods, huh? Lash of Thorns. Draw another one. Forest. Wonderful. Please don't kill my Savvy Hunter. That's all I have left. Good deal. Okay, well, I'll definitely attack here. We've got good prospects almost no matter what they have. Let's see, Thrill of Possibility. So their Wolverine gets a bit mightier. I'm going to try to save our guy with Lash of Thorns, and then based on what they do, we'll know if we need to use Insatiable Appetite or not, and for how much. Yeah, if they just have another 3 damage burn spell, didn't say please. Yeah, let's see what they get first. A bunch of good stuff. So I'm just going to +3/+3 here. No, because I want to gain life with this food and get our guy back. And so they don't counter that. I'm going to do that now. So pay 2, gain 3 life. This thing comes back, play it. That means no card draw next turn, but we would have to sack a food to get this thing back anyway. So another Wolverine. And if that doesn't get first strike, we can attack into it with Deathless Knight pretty easily. Funeral's really good here in case of more tricks. Yeah, if that's just taken out Deathless Knight, that's fine. So do we want to get that back this turn? No point. We can do it on their turn. Dwarven Mine. Oh boy. Well, if that was their draw for the turn, I think we're in good shape here. So we sack food, get this guy back, play it, play it again. It's probably worth it to save Festive Funeral. God, Savvy Hunter takes over the game by itself. If all they've got is Bloodhaze Wolverines. Take 7. I'll play Drawbridge in case they deal with something. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Or bounce the Savvy Hunter or something. Dragon? No. Removal spell. We have a couple options here. Yeah, we could either sacrifice it to Oven or sacrifice Drawbridge. And yeah, they're like, well, I lose anyway. Sacrifice Drawbridge, get 2 foods, and then draw a card. Great, and they're like, oh, anything you do, I'm in trouble, so forget that. Return to Nature, I wonder if that could help us here. Fell the Pheasant. Blue-red. Return to Nature does answer some of their removal. It does also answer some of their threats. So does Fell the Pheasant, but those are less common, I guess. Return to Nature. Gosh, they really got us on that one. And maybe we could take a look at what they have with this Spyglass. But I want to put in Return to Nature, and I think the card I'd want to take out most is Crashing Drawbridge. It might be the weakest card in our deck, and it might be that I should be playing Return to Nature over it to begin with. This time they are playing a 40-card deck, so they realize we're not trying to mill them, and they want to concentrate the threats they have. Oh, a good hand here. Very good. Very good, sir. Very nice. I might just play out Order of Midnight to be as aggressive as possible, but certainly we can start with a 1/1. Oh, this hand is aggressive. As long as we get our 4th mana on time, we are not skipping a beat. Go Order of Midnight. Let's see what happens if we attack into this. Hopefully they don't play a 1/2 or something. Oh dear, they might. Or better yet, they probably have the thing that will exile it. I'll cast Order of Midnight. Maybe they'll exile that. If they're not exiling this, they might just not have it. We'll see. Redcap Raiders doesn't mess us up too much. Cast the beast because nothing else to do, and attack for 2 in the air. Not like we're going to block with it. So if they attack with Redcap Raiders, things look really good for us. And then it might be worth considering putting counters on with Treefolk. Probably not. But if they tap out this turn, that could be better. What's this going to be? Turn that into a pumpkin draw card. That gives us a really good blocker. That it does. This is tough. This is tough. I think we go Deathless Knight here. Next turn, they'll probably have 5 damage to the order. And I don't want them to just use that, so I'll do this first. I think this is a bit better. They didn't even want to trade. This does have a lot of value. It comes back pretty easily, but we don't actually have a way of getting it back immediately. I mean, that's going to take mana. It's going to take time. We have other stuff to do. So trading with it there is not awful. Yeah, if they were to hold up Barrage and this gets countered by it, then we pretty much just lose that game, so I'm glad it happened this way. They didn't want to... They didn't want to trade with it last turn. They probably do want to trade with it this turn. So if we get them down to 5, that looks good. Maybe they have another Searing Barrage. Yeah, let's just boon it up. 6-4 coming at you. And then our late game prospects are looking much better than they were at this point last game. 6 mana. Let's see if they sear it. And then Lovestruck Beast, it just does a ton. Yeah, it was another Barrage. It does a ton back here on defense. Come on, land. Land is wonderful. Always happy to see some of that land. Can we get a 1/1 this turn? Not easily. We could put Order of Midnight back to get back Deathless Knight or something weird along those lines, but let's just do Foreboding Fruit, cast with Adamant Support to get that food, gain some life back. And those are okay draws. And yeah, the food also gets us Deathless Knight back. Let's just pass here. Draws us towards more lands, hopefully, in the distant future. Mad Ratter. And then draw 2? Maybe they'll do that on our turn. Okay, do this just for the mana efficiency of doing it now. And then the real fun begins. Wish I had some 1/1s. No matter. Oh, better way to do this is to play it out first. I think they're going to discard 1 and draw 2 here. If I had to guess. No, they'll just trade there. Oh, maybe they'll still do that with Mad Ratter, but, well, we'll see. Malevolent Noble. I'll do this. We could sacrifice Lovestruck Beast to the Noble, get it back with Forever Young, Order of Midnight, or some combination there, and then get a 1/1 again. Now they're going to do it? Yeah, I guess maybe they just drew it. They could have done it on our turn if they had it. Maybe they just have it now. We need more food in this deck. That's what we need. I'll probably take this opportunity to bake Mad Ratter into a pie. That's one of their better cards. And then Bloodhaze Wolverine. Yeah, they're running out of stuff. And that's stuff that doesn't really concern me. This is fine. Bake that into pie. Then what? Then I think we put Order of Midnight back on top and draw it, leaving Deathless Night there to get back with a food eventually. Cool. We look way far ahead here. Of course, they have 4 cards in their hand, but we have 5 Power of Flyers coming up soon, and they've already used both barrages. That's good too. Well, return is nice. I don't know how ridiculous it is here. They also are missing double blue, so now might be a good chance to resolve something. I'm going to try to resolve Bog Naughty first, because that really does kill them quickly. Yeah, that's fine. Hold up Return to Nature, hold up a food, instead of playing out Order of Midnight. Because we don't have any, like, I'd rather do Alter Fate first. So now what? They're going after Bog Naughty, and that is unacceptable. Let's sacrifice it to the Noble and save ourselves 3 damage. The Noble is actually surprisingly useful, surprisingly good. Losing Bog Naughty is not the worst. We have Order to help get it back. Just play it again this turn. They do have their second island, so it's almost guaranteed they will counter something this turn. Almost a guarantee. And that would probably be Order of Midnight. So I'm going to play Prophet of the Peak instead. And if they counter this, then our Order of Midnight will be free. Oh boy, do we want any of this? I think we don't want the Forest, but we do want the Appetite. I'm trying to attack with the Beast any turn I can. Maybe they don't have counter magic, but I'm not going to risk it all here. Do they really have another barrage? Embercleave. I need to stop on my turn here, because if they do have counter magic and we can't kill Embercleave on their turn, we might be in big trouble. So let's just kill that now. Good thing I brought that Disenchant in, huh? With the stops there, if I let it resolve, it actually goes to their turn immediately, which is no fun. I accidentally played this turn just about perfectly. Nice. All right, well, I'll see you in the next match. Round 2 on the draw with our special cat turn 1 and a turn 3 Foreboding Fruit with Adamant. Let's keep it. Let's try it out. We are so far ahead already. Turn 1. A 2-point life swing. Still drawn swamps. Always swamps. Oh no! It's too perfect. Play this first. They have just F6'd. Yeah, good luck. This combo is way too good. It is way too good. Grumgully, huh? There's a brief opportunity where we have no food and Cauldron Familiar is in the graveyard for them to target it with the Naturalize. It's not Naturalize, whatever. The card we just played last turn. Huh. I think I want to let them block it. You've activated my trap card. Cool. Yeah. Because they still won't get this. That was kind of silly. It just gets one more drain in here. That was definitely silly. So we'll use this. That'll be yet another drain. And what else have they got here? More big creatures to worry about. Where is our good stuff? And by good stuff, I mean... I don't know what I mean. Also, we probably have to kill this Grumgully sooner rather than later, so let's bake it into pie. The Redcap Raiders is going to hurt, but fortunately we have some life buffer. I'm not going to use this same trick here. I kind of want to start stockpiling a little bit of food. Another one? At least this one isn't a 4/4. Yep. Do your worst. It has trample, so the blocking doesn't matter. Yeah, interestingly enough, I might want to use Festive Funeral here. Well, either way, I can just use Oven. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, that's good too. Yeah, in fact, let's do that instead. Cauldron, and as long as they don't have a pump, I'm in decent shape. Okay, pass back to them. A forest would have been a good draw this turn, I have to say. As long as they don't draw a third Grumgully here, that'll be good too. No third Grumgully. It'll be something, though. Acolyte, sure. So we'll go to 12. And then we'll go to 13. But yeah, with the trample, this really doesn't matter. We'll still sack it every turn and bring it back, but Fertile Footsteps, they certainly are hitting hard. That's it's actually one we can kind of deal with the Familiar blocking every turn. And eventually we'll be able to deal with this Redcap Raiders. I think we could actually deal with the Redcap Raiders this turn. So let's bring back the Familiar for now. But then sacrifice it immediately. Festive Funeral, the Raiders. And I wonder if we want to save this cottage. Yeah, let's save the cottage. There's no real reason to have it out now. Silly game. I guess I didn't need to sacrifice the cat with Festive Funeral. I saw it was 4 toughness, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Bring this thing back. I'll take the full hit, though. I'm going to be able to use this food one way or another. Uh-oh, what's this? Oh, Beanstalk Giant. Yeah, that's what we expected. They've got 2 cards left in their hand. We are never going to find anything, are we? Never going to happen. So let's play this and hopefully get some damage in. Marleaf Rider. That's annoying. Burning Yard Trainer. Oh god, that's really annoying. Giving haste to that thing? What a combo. What is this deck? That's 8 already there. So we take 10. Yikes. Alright, well, we still block the most here. Sacrifice it. Bring it back. 14. So we go to 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That thing still has trample and haste next turn. I think we're in bad shape even if we draw a forest here. And we don't, of course. Yeah, it still wouldn't be quite enough to kill them. But maybe we can survive a turn. We have that extra food. What an insane couple cards to have left. A Knight, enough mana to do that and the Trainer for an 8 damage swing. Goodness gracious. Alright, well, that's 8. Sack it. Gain 3. And then gain another 3. That's the only way to survive here. Then what? Fierce Witchstalker. Nice. So our damage doesn't even matter anymore. And Savvy Hunter. Why not? Okay. Too much. Too much. I thought our turn 2 Cauldron combo was going to be good enough, but they did not stop casting very big creatures. Return to Nature doesn't seem to be it. We just need lots of things that can deal with 3/3s. We have a bunch of those. We have Bake into Pies, we've got pretty big creatures, we've got Death Touch. We even have Crashing Drawbridge, which is going to be good in this matchup. So let's try to get them. Let's try to draw a bit better. Let's try to draw a green source too. That might help. Love to be on the play here, and we have all our colors, which is just extraordinary. Probably start with Golden Egg, especially to help hit our land drops rather than Order, which can be a good way to pressure them. Oh. Yeah, I'll still do Golden Egg here. I want to make sure to get the land. I guess that's something. Do nothing, do nothing, do nothing. Rimrock Knight, that's pretty strong. Oh boy. Yeah, I guess the best bet is Savvy Hunter here. Try to get a food off that and try not to die to a 3/1. Order of Midnight could get it back. Well, that's a good point. Order can get this thing back. And we can draw an extra card off it. Nah, that's okay. That's alright. If they play Grumgully this turn, they probably will play Grumgully this turn. Oh, Rosethorn Acolyte, that's not as scary. Another land, that's wonderful. And that means we can attack with Savvy Hunter. And hold up Bake into Pie? Let's see what we draw. Shouldn't have played the land yet. Yeah, I'll hold up Bake into Pie here. it looks like bacon to pie, but if they play something sweet, ferocity, that's kind of annoying. I guess we'll kill this Rose Thorn Acolyte just to take some damage and opportunity away from them. Deathless Knight is neat. Yeah, we can kind of do all of this. So let's go Swamp. The best way to do Deathless Knight is this. Get our attack off. And then have a decent blocker. So they're not going to survive forever under attacks like this. They did 1 extra damage with Ferocity. We did 4 extra damage this turn, plus getting a food. So good chances for us here. If we really wanted, we could get Wildwood Tracker back on top. I think I'm just going to soak up some damage here. We go to 11, we're still ahead. And they have Witch Stalker, which is pretty good for them. What can we do about that? Well, we can try to trade with it. And then get it back with order and replay it. Or get it back onto the top of the deck. Yeah, let's just attack here. Puts them into 6, but 9 technically. Play Bog Naughty. And I don't think we're dead here. Let's see. 10 maybe? It sort of depends what they have. If they have +5/+5 and the haste creature, no, it's too expensive. So I don't think we're up against that. And they really want to save 2 mana for the food if possible. So they have options of trying to bluff, and not bluff, but trying to kill us this turn, which is going to be hard if we block, but if we don't block, maybe there's a chance. Embercleave or something. I bet they have Embercleave. They always do. I'm happy enough double blocking here. They shouldn't be able to kill both. We do get a food. And we can always get one of these creatures back if we need to. So is it going to be +5/+5 here? Or kill one of them? Searing Barrage there. Yeah. Interesting. I'm going to draw 2 cards. Or, sorry, 1 card. Because that might give us the 2 extra damage we need to win this turn. Come on, card on top. Almost. Geez, that's close. That's about as close as it gets these days. I have no way of sacrificing my own familiar this turn, but if I did, I'd be in better shape. Puts them real low. My goodness. Okay. Alter Fate. Let's get Savvy Hunter back. Let's also put Bog Naughty back on top. Let's play Savvy Hunter, play Cauldron Familiar, and get them to 1 life. And then you know I'm going to double block here. Because if they go to damage before using the food, then we can hold Cauldron Familiar up until they go to use the food. So that's pretty good. Yeah, looking good. They still have the option of just killing me here. It's going to be tough, but Embercleave, let's see, 10, 12. That's not going to do it. Yep, they have 2 mana up for the food. Oh, if only we had the drawbridge in play. Oh, they're doing it. That seems kind of crazy, but we'll go with it. Yeah, they have to use their food now. Pretty much. They want to see if they want me to use my food or to draw a card off my food, but nope, not doing it. I think they're dead here anyway. That does make things interesting. They're up to 4. No, it doesn't make things that interesting. I think I just have to let this happen. Cauldron Familiar. Yeah, I get that back. And that gets them a bit lower, but not quite dead. Yeah, that puts them to 2 life with 2 lethal flyers here pretty soon. Maybe the safest play there was crashing Drawbridge. Yeah, that would have been better. It gives me a better blocker. Anyway, that'll do it. Okay, 1-1 here. Didn't see many flyers from them. Return to nature. Gosh, I always forget if that's any good. I don't think it's great against them. So let's keep playing it like it lies here. Game 3, we take the draw, but we have this Witch's Oven to keep us company. I wonder what's better. Hopefully we draw the cat turn 1, but I wonder if it's better to play Witch's Cottage turn 1? Nah, if anything, we can play it turn 2. Yeah, it's probably better to play the Oven turn 1. Despite all this, it gives us more options. Let's do it. Yeah, most likely, if we don't just draw Swamp here, I'll play Witch's Cottage. Oh, that's another Swamp though, isn't it? Yeah, play another Swamp. Pass it. Double Bacon to Pie is nice. Oh, I wish we had that cat. We don't have the cat yet. Grumgully, not Grumgully. At least we've got that going for us. We've got 1 turn without Grumgully. They must have mulliganed here. Let me check. Mulligans to 5 cards. So it's actually a pretty good draw given that they've mulliganed to 5. But it's never nice to mulligan to 5. Let's put it that way. Here we go. Tempting Witch. If they have an answer to the Witch, we have the Oven to stop that a little bit. All right, they've got 2 cards left in their hand and the Beanstalk Giant. I will trade aggressively here. So if they go in with the Rider, I am going to offer this trade always. Especially since they were on the play. They mulliganed to 5. Trading 1 for 1 or half for 1 or whatever this is much better for us. Now we can start to kill their good stuff every turn. Though it is worth noting, I want to save Bacon to Pie for Beanstalk Giant and Festive Funeral on something else. Grumgully here. Yeah, if only we could use... If only we could use Bacon to Pie on that. Or I don't know what I'm talking about. If only we could use Festive Funeral that. What I might do here is use Bacon to Pie on Grumgully. And hope they never get 7 mana. Sounds good. Because I really can't let them have that. Also, I should probably just play Witch's Cottage this turn to guarantee I can do Prophet of the Peak. Yeah, let's do this the hard way. I think if they don't hit their land drop this turn, that's good enough for me. Ogre Errant, yeah. Oh no, they do get it. They did get it. But this might draw us towards something worthwhile. Do I want either of these? I don't want Crashing Drawbridge. I don't think I do. But I do want Insatiable Appetite, so we'll go bottom, top, pass. No land, no land. Oh, they got the land! It's all on time. This is like about as well as they could do, given what they had. Noble, pass. I have to pretend it's not good enough for us. Thank God Beanstalk Giant is not a knight. Okay. We can do this in a clever way. We can block with both. If they order it such-wise, we can pump here and hope they don't have 5 damage to it. Sacrifice a food, yes. If they ordered the other way, we could sacrifice a food to the noble. But that was a good trade for us. It also gives us a way to kill Ogre Errant. Acolyte, and I think at this point I want to sacrifice a food to my noble. Bognaughty. Oh, shoot. Well, I guess that's another thing we could have done. What to do here? Let's attack with both. They have no good blocks with our Festive Funeral. And if they make really bad blocks, we could just sacrifice another thing to the noble. Like, one thing they could consider is double blocking the Prophet, but that's not great. Anyway, seems good. And if they don't do anything, we have the Bognaughty, which is looking wonderful on this board. And that's exactly 12 damage next turn with sacrificing the food. 13 if we sack the oven, 2. Or, let's see, removing 1 blocker with Bognaughty. Oh no! Okay, so they get these 3 back, and we'll know soon enough what they're playing. Probably it's going to be Grumgully? Because they can't... Oh no, they can pay black this turn. Yeah, maybe, I don't know what they're going to get. I don't know what they're going to do. None of it is going to win. Hopefully. Draws a card. The Beanstalk Giant's too slow because they can't cast it this turn. I think it has to be Grumgully. First, an attack. End step? That doesn't make any sense. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense at all. What are they doing? What are you doing over there? What are they doing over there? None of those were instants. I don't know. Looks kind of strange to me. Maybe they got the black-green card and just didn't want to give up on Acolyte here. Well, don't know what to tell you. I mean, they have to draw more of those. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to do. Maybe, okay, here's what we do. We Oaken Boon. No, ugh. Pump that up. Did we lose a land somewhere over the way? We could destroy one thing. Use Bog Naughty. Maybe we could just hold something back. Ah, whatever. I'm going to attack with everything. The only attack that really doesn't make sense there is the Noble, but even that one is fine, I think. Sack of food. Before blocks, do this, and I'm representing sacrificing the oven to Noble, and that's probably good game. Okay, great. I mean, it's pretty bad for them no matter what. Now we have 3 lethal creatures. They could play 2 creatures this turn, but it won't be enough. Weird one. I mean, maybe they didn't have a winning line that turn, but it seems they ought to have played some creature. 2-0, I'll see you in the finals. The final round versus the club manager. Oh boy. Yeah, let's keep this. We have a turn 2 cantrip, turn 1 tracker for 1 damage. This might not be such a good creature in our deck, but it is a 1/1 that helps out with that beast. Uh-oh, Witch's Oven. Where's our main deck Enchantment Hate? I think that's in our sideboard, but at least we have it for the match. We could always duel them. We have our own copy. What is this art? Scrambled orangutan. Like a, must be an unset card or something. Not one I know about. Oh, cool. Drawbridge is not a human, last time I checked. So that is double damage. Team Rocket blasting off again. Malevolent Noble. Is this the Ayara mono black deck? Or is it the mirror match? We will never know. But I know one thing. I want a cantrip first. I don't want to get tracker back. That seems like awful value. So I will just attack for 2 here. And since we drew Swamp exactly... Oh, I see. So they are going to block here. Maybe sack it? Oh, weird. I'll play a Swamp. My hand is not good. Not good after all this, but we are closer to some of our better cards, and we can answer one thing as long as it's not a cat. The problem is, Witch's Oven is very good against Bacon to Pie, if food's important. I mean, certainly the creature dies one way or another. Don't be Ayara one time. Memory Theft. Okay, well, see my amazing hand and take all of the cards from it. Seems good. Profit. That is one I'm looking forward to. Next turn, if I don't draw Swamp, I'll probably lay down Cottage, or Forest for that matter. If I don't draw land, I'm playing Cottage next turn. Or 5-drop, I guess that would be fine as well. Spin Swordmaster, so they're not drawing lands. Kind of the opposite problem here. Cauldron. Yeah, let's go. Cauldron, this thing, pass it. Is it worth shooting down Eye Collector? I don't think so. I think it's okay for us to get milled. Well, maybe not. And the reason I say not is because if they get their own cat into play with Eye Collector, we are similarly screwed. So while it has some value for us, I think it has more value for them here. Yeah. And forget the life. I'll have to find some way to win the late game here. Eye Collector. We just have no good way of dealing with Eye Collector in the long run. So I'm fine with just doing this. Profit. And I don't think I give this haste because we just take a swing of 7. We only get in 5. Bottom Swamp, top Witch's Oven, and then things start getting interesting. So I pass it here. They'd be crazy to attack without some kind of support. It could be like a 15 land mono-colored deck, hence not drawing a ton. Another Hengewalker does nothing. So the stalemate has begun, and the stalemate should favor us. Do this, do some of this, get one of these out there. It's really just 2 draws their cat first, I think. Who gets the cat first? Curry favor. Ouch. Drain 1. These largely vanilla creatures don't bother me now that we have the peak creature. Pretend like we have something here, even though we don't. I could cash in Drawbridge for a card draw, hence the name. Never noticed that before. I'm sure that was intentional. Drawbridge ought to draw something. Sack a creature or artifact. I guess that gets us eventually. I think the Drawbridge has too much value here. Drawing a card and missing is just too bad. Oh, that's good. Sack a creature. Get 2 foods. Replay the creature. The Drawbridge, of course. And get this thing. Now they could go to kill the Order of Midnight, but I guess I'm not concerned about that. Because I guess they can't kill 2 things, and that does take up their whole turn. They might do it here anyway. It prevents us from getting 1 food. Maybe I should have saved it. It's too bad. Too bad I had to use the Witch's Cottage earlier. What would they sacrifice? It's not obvious what they sacrifice. Maybe a food. I always feel a bit safer if I have my Witch's Oven up. Resolute Rider. Okay, don't have to worry about it. Ah, that Indestructible is going to be a pain. Land. No, Lovestruck Beast. Even better. Even better than a land. Is that worth giving haste? Maybe. Yeah, let's draw a card. Maybe I should have done that before all this, but cast with Adamant. Get that extra food. Draw some extra cards. And this is going fairly well, I would say. The haste doesn't seem worth it, so I'll just attack with our flyer. No reach over there. This Headhunter has some weird abilities, but reach and flying are not 1 or 2 or 3 of those abilities. Deathless Knight is going to be good against this, assuming they don't get up to 5 mana holding up every turn. Cool. Very, very cool. Keep playing out lands. Yeah, unfortunately, they do have indestructible on defense now. I wonder if they'll want to use that, in which case Order of Midnight survives. I don't know what to do. Let's play this thing. If we attack with a bunch of 5-powered things, we're in better shape. They are going to kill that. I will sacrifice it to this just to get another food. Use that food to draw. Pass it. Yeah, we're still doing all right here. We have no other way of getting this back to our hand, I don't think. Clackbridge Troll. Interesting. Yeah. I pretty much let that attack because I have plenty of good blockers for it. Just block with a bunch of 5/5s. I don't think it attacks here. It'd be pretty crazy for it to attack. And it is not attacking. All my stuff is good. Oh, I don't have Witch's Oven available anyway. I can start sacrificing the goats one a turn. They're not useful for anything. They've got my upkeep here for some reason. No good reason, I might add. And play this guy. Now our attacks are just awful, so let's turn it back to them. So they can't attack. It's just going to come down to whoever draws their cat first. Even then, it's a standoff, and they win the card race. I wish the hotkey for no worked. It works like 40% of the time, I would say. You know what? I'll be generous. It might work 60% of the time. But that's really annoying when it doesn't work. Okay, no attacks. What else do you have? Bell of the Brawl. That's good with all these knights. Let's sacrifice a goat. I have no mass pumps for goats, so I think that's fair enough. Bognaughty, that's really good. Oh, it's so good. Oh, yes, please. So we can... We can kill Elite Headhunter, and I think that's the best thing to kill now. Because next turn they could sack 2 things and kill Bognaughty. We really want Bognaughty to survive here. Okay, so they're going to do this. Nice. Oh, it's such a good draw. I should give it haste and attack with it. Pew, let's go. Every point of damage is important, and I think our blockers are good enough against their stuff to not have to worry too much. We have 3 5/5, well, 3 4/4s or better to block with for free. No, thank you to sacrificing. We could start sacrificing stuff to get them to draw more cards, but that's only in the ultra late game. This thing is coming in, so I wonder what they drew. Well, go all in here and block a bunch. Block with a bunch, I should say. We want to make sure to block with enough, but not too much. If that makes sense. Like if they have 1 bacon to pie, I still want to take this thing down. Or if they have a, oh god, if they have a death touch pump, that would be the worst. 5/5, all right. That is good enough here. They just kill 1 creature. Maybe they can get their thing back. Another headhunter. Oh dear. So are they going to finish off profit? Yeah, so we can use Witch's Oven there. And at this point, the foods are worth more to kill their creatures, especially since we're kind of low on cards. So I think we do that. We start picking off their creatures here. One by one. They're considering conceding here because between the Witch's Oven and the food, or the Witch's Oven and the Bognaughty, they have no way out of this, as far as I can tell. What else do we want to strike down? That is probably good enough for now. How about attacking? Deathless Knight. I don't really want to attack with Deathless Knight. I'll just attack with Bognaughty, and then we can decide what to do next turn. Trading off Deathless Knight is not actually great here because I want to use all my foods as removal. Pre-combat, it might be worth killing Bell. No. Okay. Yeah, I think I could beat the cat combo now. It's pretty slow for them. So that was good. We need to bring in Return to Nature, though. That is one of the more important things for us. Sorcerer's Spyglass. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. That might actually be good for some of that business. Drawbridge wasn't great. It was fine, but it wasn't what won us that game. I'll just bring in Return to Nature. So I took out Lash of Thorns. Is that a good trade? Maybe I should take out Wildwood Tracker. Leave in Lash of Thorns. Sounds decent, at least. Spyglass is looking better and better. Maybe Giant Skewer looks good here, too. I could see either of those over Drawbridge. Don't want to overthink it, though. I wish this drew a card when it came in. We have 3 cards we could name with it. We have to be careful about using our Witch's Cottage too, because some of our creatures are so important to this matchup, like Bognaughty. Savvy Hunter not as much. Drawbridge is probably fine. Okay, game 2. They're down to 6. My hand is fine. Fine against a mull to 6 anyway, usually. We've got the potential to put Order of Midnight into play and get swinging early. Their deck doesn't have a good way of dealing with it in the early game, certainly, and maybe they're not so aggressive, but they do have a lot of lifelink. So if they can get past Tempting Witch, maybe they will easily pressure us here, in which case we might want to save Order to get back Tempting Witch. Tough one. Maybe because they mulligan to 6, I just want to get as much pressure into play early and not go for value here. Oh, wow. Oh, shoot. I thought they were passing back to me. Never mind. So it is Smitten Swordmaster. Playing Order of Midnight into that doesn't seem wise. I would rather maximize my value here. Call me crazy. So Tempting Witch, potentially get back Tempting Witch and play Order, and then on to Enchanted Carriage, which can can get all this stuff. If they play the 3/2 Menace, that's pretty bad. Oh, wow. Heraldic Banner. Yeah. Now I really want to trade with the Witch. If they give me the chance. We didn't see many bacon to pies. The food here helps a lot. I just hope I can trade off, because in the game where I can trade off, I feel favored. One way or another, my Tempting Witch is dead here. Well, it's possible they don't attack into it, but that seems crazy. Oh, Deathless Knight. Oh, no. Both are attacking, so I just block here, and we're getting crushed. We are getting crushed. Spell it out for emphasis. Because the carriage is going to lose to this. All of our stuff loses to this Deathless Knight. I don't know what to do about it. We don't have enough artifact and graveyard hate spells in our whole pool. Hengewalker, at least it's not black. For the Heraldic Banner benefit. They only have one card left, so I mean, we're at 7 life, but maybe there's a chance. Go for carriage here. Oh, you know what they might not have? I'm not going to attack with order because they just have infinite life. They might not have any life gain on the horizon. So that'll give me a chance to recover. I got lots of lands, unlike that first game. If they attack with both of these, oh, Reeve Soul there. That's what I like to see. And I don't think they can attack into this. Maybe they will with Deathless Knight only. Get some Micelings on this one. Yeah, that sounds okay. Some little mice ones. It's kind of like trading the carriage, but kind of not. Prophet is going to help me a lot here. I still don't feel amazing, but finding my Witch's Oven is good. And we can just pass here. If they attack with Hengewalker, what do? I probably crew carriage and block with that. Because against most of the black tricks, that's better. At least with a 3/3 attacking. Prophet is just such a good way to stabilize. 5/5 is not tiny. It's one more than you'd expect to pay for like a really nice 5/5 Colossopede or whatever. There's no way they attack, right? Like there's so few cards that would change things. Oh no! Goodbye, Tempting Witch. That would have been a nice one, but they just can't help taking our last best card in these situations. Yeah, well, I still don't have a good attack here. Memory Theft. Nice. At least we drew a relevant card. I mean, Witch's Oven does make sense in this matchup. Same with Drawbridge. The Drawbridge even lets us attack here. I shouldn't have played it first, because now they know what's in my hand. But yeah, we can attack here. And even if they kill the Drawbridge with another Reeve Soul, which I doubt they'll do, we can sack it to Witch's Oven. Yeah, they don't. Gain 9 life all of a sudden. Alls of a Hudden. No reason to save our cards, right? Yep, attack here again. I don't want them to know we have Scalding Cauldron before making some decisions here, although it could have protected us versus some weird cards they could have had. I could just use it to kill Hengewalker, but it might be more important to save it to help kill something else. Anyway, no reason to decide now. Glad to have any relevant card. We're winning the time race too, so I'll take any benefit I can get here. Smitten Swordmaster, not one that bothers me. In fact, we can still attack into that. And you know what? I think I'm going to. Oh, maybe we do want to kill it. We can always kill it when they come back to attack, so I'll attack with Prophet here. And we punish the double block by killing the Swordmaster. This seems fine, yeah. If they attack with both, well, we'll see. They might as well attack with the Swordmaster at the very least. Let's, before blocks, take out the Swordmaster, then block with the Drawbridge. The other cute way to stop them gaining life is to sack with Witch's Oven, but I don't know. They forced our hand a little bit by making us use the Cauldron, and they might be conceding, so there is a trophy, my 15th trophy after a while of not playing and coming back to it. I don't know what the deal is with these new upside down qualifier points, but whatever. Thank you for watching. It's a fun format. I'll do a bit of this and a bit of the Vintage Cube if I have time. But yeah, enjoy the holidays, and good luck in your drafts.